Well, he told my story about Don Stemrick, so I can't do that. I got a letter. It said that I should limit my remarks to 4 or 7 minutes. I had a clock on everybody. You didn't know that, did you? And I don't know how they expect an old coach and an old jock, to come up here between 4 and 7 minutes. It's impossible. But I'll tell you, I do date back a few years. In fact is, I did a little math here, and Alex is the closest to me. He's 14 years younger than I am. Gary is 36 years younger than me. Shelley is 44 years younger than me. And Jackie is 53 years younger than me. So if my stories, like the fisherman's story, every year that fish got bigger, my stories get longer and more unbelievable every year. Alex said what Clarion gave him, well, it gave me a wife, and that's the big accomplishment. We've been married for 62 years. I wrote it down. I don't want to introduce them all, but there's 2 of my sons here, 2 of my grandsons here, 1 of my great-grandsons is here, my sister's here with one of her daughter, and I have 3 cousins. So they should stand up when that time comes, We already told the story how I showed Stemrick, who became a Hall of Famer in 1991. I showed him how to play basketball, and like he said, he ended up breaking all my records. Also, I'll let you know my age by Gene Soboleski is a retired football coach here at Clarion, and he just couldn't make it tonight, but I want to tell a story on him anyway. I had him on my JV basketball team when he was a sophomore in high school. And anybody knows Coach Soboleski, you asked him what went on over at Vandergrift. Well, I don't want to tell that story. He's not here right now. But what I can say about Coach Soboleski, he was a great football player on a basketball floor. I thought the farthest, but maybe Shelley came a little farther from Texas, but I came up from Florida for this honor, and about 1,100 miles. And my wife and I, we live in one of those retirement community, down in Florida, So I came up from there. There's something about being in a retirement community. They can believe some of your stories sometimes. John Calipari is in the Hall of Fame here, and he won Coach of the Year, won national championship down at Kentucky. A lot of people know that, So when he was doing all these things, I said, now you think he's famous for that. But I said, he's really famous for playing on the same floor as Cecil Willoughby here at Clarion University. And I think some of them believed that too. That was nice. Since it was 62 years ago that I graduated, and my wife too, I thought maybe I ought to tell you what Clarion was like then. There was 7 buildings only. We counted them up today. And I thought maybe I was Frank Lignelli's roommate, but there was 15 in a room down at Davis Hall. And he says he was in one of the other 15 players. But that's one of the things. Davis Hall was a dormitory, 15 to a room when we were there. We had formal dining every evening. The guys had to wear coats and ties, and the girls had to dress up, no slacks, no blue jeans. And it was, that was the way it was every evening for dinner. The girls, my wife was allowed to go out till 10 o'clock when she was a freshman. Otherwise, she's in at 7 o'clock. I picked her up to take her to church, and the dean of women, Grace Stokes, was standing at the door, and if she didn't have her hat and gloves with her, she couldn't go to church with me. Now, so you don't remember things like that long ago. The girls were really kept under the thumb. I got to tell this story about Grace Stokes, too, dean of women. Besides checking on the hats and gloves for church, called my wife in one day and set her down and held her hand. She says, "Now, I thought you ought to know this, that it's been reported to me that Cecil's been seen kissing your hand all the way up at the elbow." I'm really honored. And if it had been another year, I was going to put this on my bucket list. But I thank all those who were responsible for me getting this honor. And I'm very appreciative of it. And now my two sons and my grandchildren, they might believe some of the stories I tell them now. But thank you very much.